What is good, everybody? It is Spill here, and in this video we're going to be checking out my 6'6" 3-level threat build with 94 driving dunk. So if you like to dunk the ball, you're going to want to keep watching because this build is an absolute menace. The type of dunks I'm able to pull off with this build definitely leaves the defense frustrated, and I've even had a few players quit on me because of some of the posters I've gotten. Now, I use the meter about 99% of the time with this build, which could be either a good thing or a bad thing, but in my eyes, the more reps I get with the dunk meter, the better. But with this build, I'm able to put anybody on a poster, and if you understand the angles and the timing of the dunk meter, it can actually be incredibly powerful. But just because this build can dunk very well, and I mean very well, doesn't mean that it's one-dimensional. This build can still shoot, defend, and playmake at a high level, which makes it a great, well-rounded scoring build on the wing. So let's get right into it. This build is going to be a shooting guard at 6'6", the weight 180 pounds with a wingspan of 7 feet. Starting with the finishing, we have that coveted 94 driving dunk. Now, this 94 rating unlocks the first package from the Elite Contact Dunks, which is the perfect threshold because it also unlocks Hall of Fame Slithery. This badge in particular is going to help a ton, especially when slashing is your primary source of scoring. Now, you also get all of the other B and C tier finishing badges on Hall of Fame, such as two-step, bunny, and spin cycle, which is actually one of my favorites, as you saw in some of these clips. But then we have a 45 standing dunk for the under basket regular packages, which can be extremely useful. Now, we didn't really touch anything else in finishing because driving dunk is a hefty investment this year, so we needed to save the attributes for the rest of the build. Moving on to shooting, since we're a 3-level threat, we went with an 84 midi for that gold mid-range magician, which is going to give you a nice scoring option when the paint is packed and the perimeter is tight. Now, another great thing with this build is that we have an 87 3-point rating, which is going to unlock the Tracy McGrady base, which is one of the best bases in the game when it comes to contested shots. Not to mention, we also get Silver Agent 3 and Bronze Limitless Range, and then lastly, we have a 93 free throw because we don't want to miss any of our freebies. For our playmaking, I believe this threshold of 77 pass sack, 86 ball handle, and 75 speed with ball is such a great value, as I unlock key badges like Bronze Needle Threader and Silver Speed Booster, and even key animations like the Kemba Walker escape moves and Jamal Murray behind the back. Now, we get all of this without spending too much, which, as we move on to our defense, allows me to afford one of the best defensive badges in the game in Gold Glove. Not to mention, this build gets a 7-foot wingspan, so that gold interceptor has been coming in handy for me in those passing lanes. I still get bronze clamps, which is a nice little added bonus, and when it comes to defense, it's really not much of a problem on this build. For the physicals, I gave this build an 84 speed, a 73 acceleration, the 49 strength was default with the 94 driving dunk, an 82 vertical for the contact dunks, and then a 99 stamina. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this build has kept me invested in season 4 because I personally like to dunk the ball, but I also like to do a little bit of everything else as well, and I can do all of that without being a liability on the defensive end. Now, that is all we got for this build. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, and if you want more builds like this, you can always go to NBA2KLab.com and check out our recommended builds and build content tabs in the sidebar. Thank you all for watching. It's Spill, and I'm out. Later.